Hi, this is Jill Riley, and I'm the Communications Assistant for the PAC Northwest Conference. And I'm here with Magdiel and Gustavo Sandrigo, and we are here to talk about Eleva, the conference that happened this summer. And I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit more about it.
Hi, my name is Magdiel. I'm the Latino coordinator for the Pacific Northwest. And
Hi, my name is Gustavo Sandrigo, and I'm a co-pastor at Iglesia Latinoamericana in Bellevue. I also serve as part of the board in Alipe, and I had the pleasure of being part of Eleva this year.
That's awesome. Gustavo, for those who don't know, tell us what Alipe is.
Alipe is the Association of Latino Pastors for the ECC.
Great, great. And Magdiel, tell us a little bit about this conference. When was it and where was it held at?
it was the beginning of August. It was held at LA in Rolling Hills Church. And it's the second year we're doing this conference for the Latino pastors and leaders in the Covenant.
So what do you think is the importance of having a conference that is just Spanish speaking for the Latino population specifically?
I think it's important for us to have that to build those relationships within our own community. Sometimes you don't, we go to events like midwinter, and that's good for the wider community, but like for the Latinos is very specific, and we get to know each other better, when the different conferences get together and we do this type of events. So connections are really important for all of us, just to stay in touch and healthy and having those good conversations. So creating that space is important for all of us.
Excellent. And Gustavo, tell me a little bit about the activities in the culture, or the worship services, I presume, and workshops.
So yes, Eleva is essentially an opportunity to equip our leaders. So we actually had more than 10 workshops offered with several, subjects all the way from, financial stewardship to how to be a parent to a first-generation American kid. There was another conference for kids who are first-generation immigrants, and sort of get into understanding where their parents are coming from, and why some of the things that inherent to our culture that sometimes cause clashes. And I mean, I'm being unfair. There were so many other workshops there, but at the same time, we did have the opportunity to enjoy our services together. And it wasn't just about the time of worship. We actually had some really, really important teachers come to this conference. We had speakers from the Pacific Southwest. We had Michael Carrion from I believe New Chicago area, and then we had also Salguero, I think is his last name, from New Jersey. Or no, New York. Sorry, he actually said not to say New Jersey. So from New York, and these are really important, interesting speakers who speak to the reality of who we are. We are immigrants. We're we're not a white church. In our reality calls for some things that are within our experience. Serving and leading in our communities, that it's good to learn from others who have walked in our shoes.
Good. So Magdiel, if you would like for the entire covenant to know something about the Latino church, what would you like for us to understand?
I think for something I would like for everyone to understand, we're a community that we love to spend together, time together, especially for like workshops and things that are focused and the stuff is really relevant for us. And we want people to know who we are, right? As a Latinos, as an immigrants, and the things that we also bring to the table, the things we are like passionate about, and how we do ministry, in Spanish setting, and how do we are part of this country that they're so welcoming and inviting, but also those challenges, right, that we face and we share that with fellow, pastors, whether you're Latino or not. But I think we bring something different, and that experience, and being bilingual just for that, it's something that is a challenge, right? You're in both two different cultures, your own and the culture we live in. So how do we face that? How do we bring, and how do we share that, and how can we be a blessing for other people as well?
That's great. Gustavo, what would you say the largest challenge and the largest obstacle right now for the Latino church growing in the covenant? What do we need to address?
So it's a very simple question. Thank you. I think we face a number of challenges. One of them is the lack of venues where we can receive training in our language that it sort of fits with the culture and the way that we do things, because we are beautifully different, right? Even within the Latino community, there's so many different countries represented, and so being able to come together and spend that time and invest into our leaders, not only the adult leadership, but also the youth leadership. Eleva this year actually expanded to have one day specifically for the youth leaders. And so these are things that I think we're addressing the challenge of having instruction that is given to us in our language. We have leaders who are not entirely bilingual. They may understand some English, but to really comprehend and understand and be able to derive value from those teachings, it's important to approach them in their heart language, right? And then stepping away from that within the ECC, as Latinos, it's important that we are a part of ECC. We want to communicate to our own churches, that we're a part of a bigger thing, that we have a family in Christ, that we can walk together, that we can there's so many wonderful resources being made available in trainings and things like that. And so it's important for Latino churches to understand that they are, that we're not here alone, that we're not an island. Finally, if I may, there is a challenge of how we are being received or perceived, and how do we create those bridges? How do we create the communication, and how do we approach sometimes certain differences and misunderstandings that may occur, to be able to to look at that, learn from it, and continue to walk together as brothers and sisters in Christ.
Thank you. And Magdiel, final question. How can the PAC Northwest be praying for and supporting our Spanish-speaking churches in the PAC Northwest?
And well, many ways, right? But I think one of the important ones will be this year we have the opportunity to do the Eleva Youth, which is this is a bilingual leadership conference designed just to equip, empower, and resource, just not only the youth, but Latino youth leaders. So I asked for prayer about that, because we are losing our youth and in our Latino communities, and I think it's very important for us to focus on that, and yes, giving more resources and empower them, because they're the next generation, right, for our Latino community and our churches. So we need to figure that out, and yeah, I asked for prayer for that.
Well, thank you both so much for giving us a little perspective into not only culture, but the needs and the challenges of the growing church. So you are a precious part of the community, and I thank you so much for sharing with me today.
Thank you, Jill. God bless you.
Thanks so much.